What's going on, guys? It's Zoe with No Days Off DFS here to bring you a Monday Night Football. The Giants taking on the Seahawks breakdown for the showdown slate that we got today. Over there on DraftKings, you guys know we got to attack it. They got the 1 million to first. I don't know about you, but to play $20 to possibly win $1 million, why not? Why not go ahead and take it? No, I'm not going to max into it. I always just throw my little one lottery ticket in here. It's like I'm playing the lottery out there, trying to win one of those big 1 billion type lottery things or whatever, so on and so forth. But hey, I'm doing it with something I like to enjoy, and that's with sports. So if you guys got the chance to, you guys are feeling like it, go ahead, jump on into this with me over here on DraftKings. If you don't got an account, check the link down in the description below so you guys can get that deposit match bonus and join me over here on the King. Also, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the videos and the breakdowns that we're putting out over here. Today is the NBA Media Day, media availability. We are seeing the players coming back to their teams, and you already know that means that the NBA preseason is right around the corner. Later on this month, we're going to have preseason games, and then the season will be kicking off to the end of the month. I cannot wait. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we have been killing it for the WNBA season. I cannot wait for the NBA season to go ahead and kick off so I can go ahead and break those videos down for you guys as well. It has been a road, it's been a climb, but I've been enjoying it, and I cannot wait to bring you guys that content as well. All right, getting into tonight's slate. Covering a little bit of injury news, of course, right up at the top, we got our boy Shaquan Barkley once again. That ankle, man. We got to get him some tape like we do for the NBA players or something like that because I swear, you look left and right, he's always got something going on with them ankles. But he is doubtful for today's game, so he will be missing once again. That means that we'll be seeing Matt Breida. He's going to be taking most of those running back snaps out there for the Giants. And I forgot actually who the other backup running back is for the Giants, but mainly it's going to be the Breida show out there. Breida typically used more as a pass catching back versus just like a main north to south, east to west type running back. So there's that. Definitely has the PPR upside to possibly get you there for something like that. But I kind of really don't want to attack running backs here on the slate for the Giants going up against Seattle. So before I even break down anything else, I'm going to tell you guys my game script and how I'm seeing this is going to go. We've done pretty decent hammering out the game scripts and things like that for the showdown slates, for the slates that we've actually broken down. And like I always say, especially for the WNBA, I'm looking to take down first. I want to win. I want to not split it with everyone else. I want to be a little bit different. If that's leaving 1,000, 1,200 salary on the table, then I'm going to do that. Or it's just playing like the low-owned captain MVP slot player, I will do that. I just want to get crazy and different sometimes whenever it comes down to it because like I said, I want to win. I want to take down that money. And I want to sit here and be, a half a millionaire and enjoy a crazy vacation in the Cancuns. So with that being said, the game script that I really have planned, I see this as being a shootout. I see this as being a very good offensive, somewhat type game where we're going to get Daniel Jones. He's going to go out there and he's going to just kill it. He's going to be slinging the rock all over the place. He's going to run. He's going to be dancing on these hoes. He's going to go out there. He's going to do the thing. And then Geno Smith, the game manager that he is on the other side, he's going to hit his receivers. He's going to get some decent passing work down to DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Maybe get Kenneth Walker involved just a little bit, but not too much. While everyone is hammering that Kenneth Walker at the captain spot, we're going to be cashing in with either Daniel Jones or some of his wide receivers in that MVP captain spot, and we're going to take down all this money on today's slate. That's how I see today playing out, and that's how it's going to go. All right, going over to the actual players and everything at the MVP spot, of course. A lot of people, the highest price player we got, 16,200, is going to be Kenneth Walker. I know he's coming off that big game. 30.6 fantasy points last game, 2 tutties, back-to-back weeks of scoring them tutties. 18 attempts rushing, 97 rushing yards. And then, of course, he was involved in the passing game, 59 receiving yards. We'll see if he can actually do that here again going up against the Giants. I'm not going to say that he's not going to be able to go out here and do that, but I will say the Giants have done decent at holding opposing running backs, below, I'm going to say 90-ish yards. No, correction, I lied. I know Christian McCaffrey, he went out there and he literally destroyed the Giants out there on the ground, but that is Christian McCaffrey. But, I mean, Christian McCaffrey and James Conner, they did actually go out there and have good games, so still, nonetheless, I'm going to be fading the chalk of Kenneth Walker. I don't really see the need to go to him up here at the top. Definitely think that we can get a little bit different. Maybe come down here to looking at Daniel Jones or some of the receivers and DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. All of them, of course, are going to be in play. Daniel Jones, he just has that rushing upside out there. Going up against the Seattle Seahawks, who have actually given up some really good fantasy point games to opposing quarterbacks. I know Daniel Jones, so far in his game log, he has one game of 34 fantasy points. These other two games that he has a 6 and a 4 fantasy point game, and those are going up against some pretty tough defense. So going up against a defense that recently gave up 20 plus fantasy points to Andy Dalton, about 20, 26, 25 fantasy points to Jared Goff. And then and everything out there, I really actually do feel like this is going to be a pretty decent spot for us to actually go out here and attack going up against the Seahawks, where Daniel Jones, who has that rushing upside, who we know can rush, look what he did going up against a pretty weak rushing defense, going up against a pretty weak defensive team, period, in the Arizona Cardinals, who have surprised a lot of people. I understand that. Still, 9 attempts for 59 yards. That's really good. Now, of course, I know he's playing in the monsoon 0-40 game, rushed 13 times, got 43 yards. Then, of course, going up against the San Francisco, I really didn't expect too much from him here in this game. 2 attempts with 5 rushing yards, only 4 fantasy points. I'm expecting more around that 20, 25 fantasy points. And Daniel Jones, if he's not going to make it into my MVP slot, I definitely will be playing him in the flex position, because this just feels like a game where we're going to want to go ahead and have him. Now, coming out here, like I said, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, I have a lot of interest in both of them. Figuring out which one is going to actually be the guy. Last game, DK Metcalf went out there for 20 fantasy points. Tyler Lockett, he had the mid-level game, 8.4. Today, I'm going to just play the odds. I'm going to go with Tyler Lockett, hope that today is going to be his day, that he goes out here and he has a pretty decent game. And DK Metcalf, he just rides the bench, doesn't really do too much. Again, maybe play 2 different lines with both of these players or something like that. I am going to be 3-maxing. So in a game I don't have DK Metcalf, I'll have Lockett. If I don't have Lockett in the line, I'll have DK Metcalf. And maybe I'll do one line that has both of them in it. But I'm definitely going to be trying to get a little different with both these players. Now, for the New York side, you can pass on Seattle. You can definitely pass on them. We've seen big games from Josh Reynolds. We've seen from Puka and Tutu. They went out there and put on a clinic going up against them earlier. And then Adam Thielen, old dusty crusty Adam Thielen, who used to play for the Vikings, went out there and lit them up for 140 plus yards. So that should body pretty well for players like Darren Waller, Hodgins, and Slayton. Slayton has kind of been my guy that I've been circling back to over and over again. I'm really thinking about playing him inside the captain spot between him and Waller. I know they've been trying to get it going with Daniel Jones and Waller. He's getting the targets. He just has to put it all together. Maybe get us some looks inside the red zone, the end zone, and it could probably be a Darren Waller type day. But Darren Waller and Slayton, it's just something that keeps on just taking me right back to looking at Slayton. The targets are there. The production. He's had one pretty decent receiving game where he went for 62 yards going up against the Cardinals. So maybe this could be the game that he does the exact same thing here, going up against, again, a defense that you can attack, especially for the receivers out of the slot, which is where Darius Slayton lines up at most of the time. Definitely feel like this could be a spot where we actually can get that boom type game from a lower owned receiver. But those would be my options that I would take at the captain spot. Now, everyone, of course, I mentioned for a captain, you would want to play them inside the flex position. If I'm going to be going with a Daniel Jones up here at the captain MVP slot, some options that you would probably want to go to in the flex position. Definitely, of course, you can run it back with Geno Smith. We know that he's prime condition. We'll definitely be playing 1 or 2 wide receivers to stack up with Daniel Jones, because we're expecting a big game from Daniel Jones. I'm going to want his receivers to be inside of there with him. If I don't want to play Geno Smith, like I already said, looking at it, we did see CMC, Connor, both of them, they had some pretty decent games on the ground going up against the Giants. Maybe we go ahead and we plug in a Kenneth Walker right here into the spot. And then I'm big on Slayton, like I've already said. Look for another receiver. Boom. Not too bad. Maybe run it back with the kicker. We get all the points right there for the Giants and what I am expecting for a Giants win on today. No, I'm not a Giants fan, but I just actually expect them to come out here and put up a pretty decent type game. Another thing to really consider whenever we're looking at these type slates is what has been the optimal build? What type of build are we trying to go for? And when I say that is the stacking wise. Are we going for a 4-2, 5-1, 3-3 type thing? 3-3 has surprisingly been pretty good. And when I say 3-3, I mean 3 from one team, 3 from another. Has been pretty much the optimal build for most of the showdown slates that we have had. I've gone back, I've looked at them, and those have been the things that have been winning a lot of people money. So I will possibly be looking at most of my lines, looking at a 3-3. I've already touched on really the players I want to target for the Seattle side, and of course for the Giants side. Now, some value that we could possibly look to take it on today. Noah Fant, the Seattle tight ends, they're pretty banged up. Noah Fant and Disley, they're both listed as questionable. If they are going to be out, then we could possibly look at to someone like a Parkinson, who last game out, I want to say he actually didn't do too bad. I don't know what's taking DraftKings so long to load. Last game out, let's see, he had 4 targets, 3 receptions, 38 receiving yards, not bad. So back-to-back weeks of 6 fantasy points. Definitely be someone that you can come down here and take, especially if Disley and Fant are both going to be out for today's slate. Parkinson, I really kind of don't see how we don't go ahead and just take that, especially for that 1,200 price tag. That's some pretty good value that we can get over here on the Seattle side. Maybe take a Parkinson's from the tight end position. Run that back with Walker. Maybe look for a Lockett or a Metcalf as one of your receivers that you want to take from the Seattle side, or maybe fade Walker, go with Geno Smith, and take 2 receiving threats in a Metcalf or a Lockett, and then take the down with Parkinson. But really, we're gonna have to have that Will Dissly and Noah Fant news for whether or not if they're going to be in and out on the slate. All right, guys, that's really going to be it for me on today's slate. Hopefully, you guys cash out on today. I know we got some hockey coming tomorrow. I'm going to hit up my boy BK, see if we're going to be able to break that down for you guys. I did say I do plan on playing some hockey this season and trying to get into hockey. Hopefully, there will be some money to be made over there. Good luck to you guys out there. If you guys are not subbed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Check out the Patreon. I will be posting my 6-pick slip for tonight's Monday Night Football game, along with my cores that I will be playing for the slate. Wish you guys all the best of luck, and peace.